When it comes to eating disorders and body image issues, the burden doesn't just fall on female athletes. Male athletes are also at risk for developing these problems, but they are often overlooked. While LMU may be Pepperdine's rivals, the Malibu school could learn a thing or two from them on how to fill all those empty seats at game day, as the school's student-led athletics booster club has brought in record-breaking attendance. Lights, camera, action. Real Stories Film Festival brings Hollywood to Malibu. I'm here on the red carpet where students are taking pictures, getting ready to watch films made by our very own students. From on camera to on campus, Lucy traded the studio for the classroom, showing what she's learned from 30 years of experience with students eager to take this knowledge out into the real world. These courses aren't just for the Black community here at Seaver College. They've also attracted those from other races wanting to explore a culture other than their own. Pepperdine University is offering more on-campus housing options next semester for students with the new Seaside Residence Hall. But with the cost of living and the required meal plan, it still may not be the cheapest option for juniors and seniors. After starting a plant-based diet, former Pepperdine diver Sammy Newman thought that she had found the perfect meal plan. But she soon discovered that her new eating habits were problematic.
I couldn't get myself up in the morning. I had to have coffee in the middle of the day because I was so exhausted. I couldn't get myself to walk up a hill.
It was difficult for Newman to get proper treatment since her disorder went undetected.
No one knew. I didn't even know.
Even after seeking professional help, Newman continued to suffer due to her nutritionist missing one of the key signs of her disorder.
One of the first things I would ask a female who's in sports, who's dealing with nutrition problems, is she getting her period regularly?
Menstrual disturbance, along with disordered eating and decreased bone mineral density, make up female athlete triad, which Newman didn't know she had until months later. With weakened bones, female athletes are 8 times more likely to incur injury, something Newman quickly found out.
I was just getting really frustrated because first it was my knees, and then it was my head, and then my shoulder.
All of this eventually led to Newman choosing to end her college diving career early. Unfortunately for athletes, Sammy Newman's story is just one of many. According to the National Eating Disorder Association, 35% of female athletes and 10% of male athletes are at risk for developing anorexia nervosa. Those numbers increase to 58% and 38% for bulimia nervosa. Athletes also face the added pressure of worrying about how their bodies look inside and outside their sport.
A lot of our athletes have to wear very revealing uniforms, and they think about their bodies a lot, and they think about how they look, and the muscles they need for their sport sometimes aren't the same as the bodies they want to be college students. And so they wrestle with how do I play this sport and look the way I want to look, and it can be very complicated for them.
When it comes to eating disorders and body image issues, the burden doesn't just fall on female athletes. Male athletes are also at risk for developing these problems, but they are often overlooked.
There's a lot of male athletes that really, they focus a lot about their bodies and their eating and their diet, which is good because they need that for their sport, but sometimes they take it too far and it becomes almost obsessive.
And the demanding nature of a sport can do more damage and further this obsession.
Being part of a sport that requires someone to be light or to be a certain shape can really affect people's thinking and move them into disordered eating, and then they find that, they get a lot of positive talk about that, or they're able to feel more in control.
As a former athlete, Cho thinks that in order to circulate awareness about these issues, male athletes should facilitate the discussion.
In order to talk more about it, just having some male athletes feel more open and comfortable with talking about it would definitely help.
Until that discussion happens, some athletes will continue to struggle with issues that many don't know affect them. On top of games, workouts, and injuries, body image concerns are just another thing for athletes to tackle. Newswave 32, Camry Bishop. A gentle word, a kind look, and a good-natured smile can work wonders and accomplish miracles. This is the message that the Calabasas High School dance program is celebrating with their fall performance. This year's theme, Autism Awareness, and their main influence, the Miracle Project.
This organization does an amazing thing by letting people pursue their passions that weren't necessarily open to them as an option before.
Their goal is to help those with autism find their voice through artistic expression, an idea that the dance team had a passion to be a part of. The Calabasas High School Dance Program has done many performances throughout the years, but none quite like this. Along with the Miracle Project, they're helping to get out their message of empowering those with autism, and this is how they're doing it. By bringing awareness to the cause in the best way they know how, they were able to connect with its message.
I think that it spoke to all of us because we all share a passion of dance, and coming together is something that we love to do, so it really inspired us and made us see that we're very, very lucky to be able to dance every single day.
This performance has an even greater meaning to senior Caitlin Dorr, whose autistic sister inspired the idea. Although it wasn't always easy, she's learned to see her sister's condition in a positive light.
Growing up with a sister with autism is definitely a challenge, but it's taught me a lot and it's made me grow.
Now it's their turn to do the teaching by opening people's eyes to the world of those living with autism.
When people look at disabilities, they think of people as others, but everyone is just a human being and everyone is the same. It's just people are different and they're all beautiful.
By bringing awareness to autism, a new level of understanding can be brought as well and bring us even closer to ending the stigma around disabilities. Newswaves 32, Camry Bishop.